All right. All right. All right. Hey, I'm Eric. I'm making a game. That game is called The Godkiller. The Godkiller. The Godkiller. All right. The Godkiller. Got this good feeling about the hard problems being almost all behind me. It's bad luck to say that, but I've been pretty scrupulous about whenever there's something that seemed like that was going to be the hard thing, I would try to do that before anything else. And there's more than one reason for doing this. One is in software engineering, when you make large changes to your code, it's like it makes other things break. And you want to solve the problems that will cause large changes first, because the smaller changes that you're going to make on top of it, they're less likely to need to be reworked. So that's one reason. The other reason is the slog. So you start out a new game, you got so much energy for it. It's like, at least for me it is, you can't tear me away from that computer. I hate it when I have to eat, because that means I have to stop working on my game, which I love, So it's that really powerful energy at the beginning. And then months go by, years go by. You start to get tired. But you still keep going because that's what's needed to get to a release. So in order to not burn out along the way, you do the hard things first. And you try to set things up so that it gets easier and easier. The remaining tasks, they require less thought. They require less energy. And towards the end, you're just fixing some bugs, making a few adjustments here and there. You're just tweaking. And that's the way to capitalize on just the natural way that your energy is going to fall throughout the duration of a lengthy multi-year project. So that's what I've done, and things are going pretty well. It's going to get hard. It's going to get hard to finish this thing off, but I'm in good shape to get it done. All right. So with that said, let's do a demo. I like to start each stream with the shortest of preambles. You just heard it. And then we go to a demo. A demo. A demo. A demo. A demo. All right. A demo work recently completed. I think yesterday I demoed some aspect of this replaying solutions. So yesterday I had it working at the beginning of the stream that I could go up to this menu at the top, and I could say replay all solutions, and it would just go through, and every single solution that had been uploaded to a server would play. And I'll do that again right now. I'll do that, and while it's working, it'll give me a chance to talk through it a little bit. All right, so I just said go ahead and replay all the previously recorded level solutions we have on file. And by replay, it's actually issuing all the commands that the original player issued, but very quickly. So you're seeing little bits of the level showing, and then it goes to someplace else. It is playing the commands back so fast that you can't, see them all. And that's not quite accurate. It's playing them without a corresponding frame update on each action. So it doesn't visually show all the things that happen within a level solution, but it does change the state of the level in accordance with all the commands that are issued, and it verifies that when you get to the end of replaying that solution, you're at the end of the level and you've succeeded. Now, if that isn't true, and that could be true for different reasons. It could be true because the code changed or the level changed. If that isn't true, then it's going to give me a report that says some of the tests did not pass. And I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so we got this here. Right now I've got all my solutions passing. So the solution's another name you could call them is tests. In software engineering, usually when we think of running a bunch of things and seeing if they pass or fail, we call them tests. So you could say my test suite has 100% passed, no failures. And it ran a demo on 7 different levels. A demo, I'm using old terminology from my past game. It ran a replay of the solution on each of 7 levels, and they all passed. And the server will collect solutions from the playtesters as well. So it won't just be me that's putting in my own solutions to levels, which is what's here now. But starting this weekend, we'll start getting solutions coming in from the playtesting group. Now, yesterday I made this little report here, and it's designed to be quick and simple to look at. If something fails, sorry, I'm getting my standard evening hiccups, which happens when I face one direction and talk in a different one. So let me face towards the camera briefly. Okay, so if something fails, it'll give some more details about which exact thing failed, and I can go back and replay the solution in a more targeted way, and I can actually grab the commands out of it. Let me see if I can make a failure. Let's go to one of the levels, and let's change it so that the solution that's on file no longer works. So we'll go to first death. Okay. And I think I'll just drop a wall right here. So you won't be able to get there to the exit. Or even some rails. Rails will do the job. Let's do rails. Okay, rails. Get my snap going. Where's my snap? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. So bam, bam, bam. Okay. So now the method of arriving at this exit that was used in the demo will no longer work. So if I do, let's go ahead and save this. Okay. And then we'll go and run the replay. Solutions for this level. Tell me if they still work. Oh, I have to hit play on this first. Okay. It is a playtime only feature, not an edit time feature. Oh yeah, this level takes a bit to load because of all the spikes. Okay, so if I go and do the replay, it's going to do kind of a lengthy reload of the level. Has to load the scene back in. And then you can see that, like at the end state here, the player got stuck and did not complete the level. Now it's returning to the level the place where I was at before I started running the replays. And I can see down here, oh look, it failed. And here's the commands that were part of the solution. So I could then take like these commands and do further troubleshooting based on playing them back inside of, I don't know, in a controlled way. So it's a way to find bugs. And keep in mind, this engine is meant to last for years and multiple releases. So you can imagine that I'm changing some code to add a new feature in a sequel to this game, modifying the engine, and I think it's not going to cause any problems with the old levels. You know, it could be something as simple as like maybe I want the player to be able to move diagonally. So I add some code that says you can move diagonally. But while I'm doing that, I touch the other walking code, and there's some kind of side effect to that change that I hadn't anticipated. Well, I don't want to break all the old levels from working. So if I run the replay on all of them, I should be able to see if that change is a breaking change or not. Alright, so if I save this, I took those rails out. This is not the best level to demo on because it takes a while for it to load in with all these spikes. I know how to fix that too, but that's a tangent. Alright, so let's play it. I fixed the impediment to this previously recorded solution, achieving a level exit. So let's do the replay again, just for this level, not all of the solutions. It's doing a load. It's doing a load, a lengthy load. There we go. Now it's at the end. Now it's going back to where we were before I started the replay. It's down here, it says first death, 1 of 1 passed. Okay. Okay, then I thought, okay, these playtesters, they're going to figure out some things that need to be improved in the levels. And I'll have solutions on file on the server that will become invalid as I make changes to the levels. And I could go in with SQL queries and just go ahead and delete them all manually, but I think it's a frequent enough activity that'll happen that I also made delete solutions for current level. So if I make an intentional change to the level, the previous solutions are probably not going to work with it, and I don't care to test them and see if they pass or fail, because I'm pretty confident that they're all going to fail with the changes I made. You know, something like me changing the route you have to go to get over here by adding like a walkway across here. That's the kind of thing that there's no point in rewriting the previous solutions. It's guaranteed to fail. Okay, so I can just do delete solutions for current level. So that's a round trip off to the server. And there's like a PHP script that's implementing the service, and then that updates some records inside of a SQL database. Basic LAMP stack. So now that I've done that deletion, if I say run all the solutions for the level, I think it'll force a reload on me. No, okay, there's none basically. There's no solutions to play back. Okay, cool. All right, so that's it. That's what I did recently. That's what I did last night. Today I'm going to do something entirely different. I'm going to go back to face animation, and I want to add blinking. face animation in this project is designed with the idea that we just don't have time. We do not have time to have a bunch of animators saying what's going to happen exactly with the faces from moment to moment. And a key thing to automate when you want faces and you don't want to spend a lot of authoring time is blinking. Just get them to blink every once in a while. So that's what I'm going to do today. Let's see what I'll go back to. Let's not do Little Arena. I'm kind of tired of Little Arena. Let's just go to the test level. Which is not real fun to look at, but I mean, it should get the job done. Okay. So let me write a little bit of code that will make it so that her face stays up. I think instead of writing like some temporary code that I end up deleting and putting back in, deleting and put back in, or forgetting to delete and causing problems, I'll do it in a neater way. I'll do a define statement up at the top. We'll say define face always on. Set opacity. I think I've got speaking opacity. Let's just use that. And then let's, if fading does happen to be on, let's turn it off. See if that works. Just looking for a simple, clean way I can turn this on when I need to do some debugging stuff. Now, normally the face comes on only when the character's speaking, and to set that up, I have to create like a level controller that says, I don't know, this is a simple way to just do a little bit of debugging. Except it's not working. It's not working at all. So okay, let's debug that. So face controller is on the player. So face player derives from face controller. go look at face player. Okay, so it's saying there's nothing to do here. So I think let's take the same code I had in face controller and let's just put it elsewhere. Because it's got some logic currently that is circumventing what I put in. So let's just see, and this is good because now that I'm doing this with the define, the next time I have to get this to be turned on, I won't have to go through the same process I'm going through now. And let's just make it all the way on. And we can take this out. That lets me keep all this other code always running. Okay, I'll give this one a shot. There we go. Okay, so the mission for the session, the mission is make her blink automatically. Just every once in a while, I just want her to blink like a real human does. Okay. So let's do the design for it. So I call these pocket designs. I start out by listing my requirements. So it helps me frame the problem correctly. And then I list out one or more solutions underneath. And sometimes I weigh them out a little bit to figure out which one I like better. And then I pick one and go with it. Sometimes I get to writing the solutions and it becomes very clear that's what I want to do. And I just don't bother with brainstorming more than one way. But let's start with the requirements. Characters blink automatically. In a natural seeming way. Okay, let's say non-requirement. Having different blinking patterns for different characters' emotions. I want to keep it simple. You can say there's some people that blink more than others, but I don't think blinking conveys that much personality. You could also say like if somebody's flustered, they're going to blink a lot. I don't have time for that level of nuance. Just a basic natural seeming blink. Able to turn off blinking. Okay. Blinks return to whatever whatever height the lids were at before the blink. Okay, so if you've got your eyes wide open and you blink, when you return to a non-blinking state, the eyes should be at the same openness. If you're kind of squinting already a little bit, people still blink when they squint. That's how it works. Now also sometimes, like when you're freaked out and you got your eyes open super wide, you want to be able to turn off blinking. Okay. There's also possibly there might be some hand-authored lid movements. I've done this in the past for certain effects where you might want to turn the blinking off while you're doing it. But for the most part, natural blinking is just at a random interval. At a random interval, it doesn't have to be connected to the dialogue or emotions or anything. Just going full closed and then back to whatever level your eyes are at prior to the blink. So that's the algorithm. I'm going to keep it simple. Done this before. Yeah. All right. I'm also thinking of some nice encapsulation. Blink controller. That's pretty simple. Okay. Yeah, I do like the idea of just moving off a little bit of functionality outside into a new class. Otherwise, the face controller will get so large. And also, like if I decide later on this non-requirement here is a requirement, then I can maybe drop in a different kind of blink controller, make a general interface to it. So just separating it out early is going to help me in a few ways. Face controller has a blink controller. Okay, is blinking state. Let's see, is blinking. Blink start time. I'm just thinking, do I want to use like a sign function? It'd be so fast. It'd be so fast. Like the subtleties of whether a blink is a just a linear up and down or kind of a eased in and out thing, I think they'll be lost. So if a sine wave is incorrect for a blink, I don't think I'll be able to tell with the short duration that the blink is shown in. Let's see. Well, it'd be nice to move these up into blink controller. So maybe it's more like, well, let's call this number 1. Managed by update to lid height managed by base control. Okay, I think this is not the right way to go, but let's leave it as solution number 1. Number 2. Let's say void update lid height for blinking. Update lids for blinking. Update for blinking. Explicit update. All right, and this will be just ref int lid height. Okay, so I gotta think about this a little bit more, because as I was talking about before, it's possible for other things to set the lid height. It seems like I need to have a separate variable that tracks the animated lid height versus what the lid height will be when it's open. Let me just take a look at the, so I've got lids open amount. That's the one. So it's between 0 and 1. That's currently used for animation. I did do this. Okay. I'm just struggling with names. Let me just start out with some different names. Lids open amount, normal lids open amount. That sounds terrible as names go. This one feels like the one that should be sort of the base. And then let's call this one the special thing for the actual lids open amount. What to call it? Animate lids open. Or I could do lids amount. So this word open, it could mean two things. It could mean the height that the lids are at when it's open, or it could mean the amount that we would say the lids are currently open. Could also do lids open amount with blinks. I hate that. Let's see. This is a terrible name too. I'm just brainstorming. Actual lids open amount. So that's one naming direction. Now let's see. Let's see. Lids open with blinks amount. I kind of like. Yeah, I think it's going to be these two. Okay. So this will take the ref to lids with blinks amount. Okay. That means that face player, which I might come up with a better name for that class later. Like face renderer or overlaid face, or I don't know, but don't go off in that hole yet. Okay, face player, use lids with blinks amount. Okay, so then all the interesting stuff happens inside a blink controller, which is just fine. Okay, I think it works like this. There's a function called set next blink time. Randomly sets a blink to occur in future. And I can do things like set a minimum value for it too, so you don't have a bunch of blinks happening right next to each other. Like it doesn't have to be like from 0 to 3 seconds. It could be from 0.25 to 3 seconds or something like that. Just to avoid unnatural looking blink frenzies. Okay, set next blink time. Okay, so then there'll be something like float blink start time, blink end time, and then maybe just const blink duration. Blinks are real fast. I think 0.1f is what I'd start with, 1/10 of a second. Can you blink 10 times within 1 second? I don't think so. 0.15. I could definitely blink 5 times in 1 second. But just barely. 0.2. Okay. So an explicit update. If time is past blink start time, okay, an explicit update. If time is past blink, and time. And as I type this out, I realize that I'll need to pass in the current lids open amount. Set lids to open amount and call set next blink time. If time is before blink start time, exit. That would be the first thing to check. Otherwise, we're in that range between start and end. So for that, we would want to use a sign function to get for value between 0 to 1 to 0. This is the nice thing about sign, is you can have one function that gives you the full off to on, back to off again. That's why sign is so friggin' useful. And it's got easing built into it, even though it may not be exactly correct for every type of animation you want to do. Okay, and then scale that to set lids. Okay, I think that's pretty straightforward. Number 2 feels like the right way to go. It's better than number 1 because number 1 was going to put all the animation logic into face controller. And when you see like a clean opportunity to encapsulate, you should take it. You know, if there's a true separation of concerns, it's possible. And you can just think about this limited amount of information in your blinking in just one module like this. Yeah, that's a lucky thing. Most of the time, you get penalized for doing that, or it's sort of a bad abstraction. You know, what do they call it? A leaky abstraction. But this looks real simple and clean, so I'm gonna go with it. I'll take that out. Since most of the work is going to be in that file, I'm just going to copy all this stuff over to there. So it'll be with me so I can see it real easy. Okay. Let's see. Pool. This is another one I gotta do. Just thinking about this enabling, disabling stuff. So I do have one face controller for a character that has no eyes. So maybe let's default it to false. Well, it will be defaulted to false. And we'll say explicit update. And might as well add the other quick exit condition. Time is less than link start time. Just return, don't do anything. If time is greater than the end time, okay. I could just say this is annoying. I might as well make this is a ref. Well, how about this? And it doesn't need to be explicit update. It can be get lids amount. Okay. Then we'll just say return lids open amount. Ah, it's even okay. So then we want to say let's set next blink time. Feels like this one should just be and we'll return lids open amount. I will do that. Let's go ahead and do set next blink time. And since I'm passing in the values that I'm going to set, I'll call it a get. No, don't do that. Don't do that to me. Writer, you're mostly helpful. Sometimes, though. All right. What are you complaining about? Oh yeah, has to be float. You're right. Okay. We will need a random. We will need a constructor. It feels like this always annoys me. Using random equals system random. Is that the right syntax? And then I don't have to do this stupid thing. Yeah. All right, so then we say get next blink time, and it will pass in out float blink start time out float blink end time. And I like to put all the methods in calling order so that if I'm looking for a function, I know which way to scroll. Right, so in here, we say blink start time equals right now plus random, random, what? What is the issue? Oh, because static. Random is not a very special thing. It doesn't need to have its own instance per class, so just one static is just fine. Okay, so between the minimum value and the maximum value, but I need a float. Or I could just I'll just do a division. So we'll say between blink interval min, blink interval max, and we will divide it by say minimum of a quarter second, then maybe a half a second, so 500 milliseconds. 3 seconds. Nah, even 5. Let's do 5. And msecs in a second, milliseconds in a second is 1000. And I typoed over here. All right, so there's that. Blink end time is just blink start time plus the blink duration. Okay, so that does that. Final thing to do, get that sine value. Is this my code or somebody else's? I think it's somebody else's. All right, so we say radians equals this value between, I think, 0 and 1. Multiply it by 2 times math pi. So sine 0 will equal 0. Sine pi will equal 1. Sine 2 times pi will equal 0 again. I'll copy this. Okay. And then we just return lid's open amount times sine radians. This feels wrong though. I don't think it's an int in the first place. I think it's a float. Because it should be a float between 0 and 1. And I've already screwed up a little bit here. Because this would start the lids closed and make them go open in the middle, then make them closed again. I want the opposite of it. Just do 1/2 minus, bam. It's probably a more elegant way to do that. That doesn't seem right. Oh, because I initialized there. It's already been initialized. Okay. Or declared, I should say. Okay, you're complaining because it's never going to be set. So let's go ahead and say public. Or I can just make this into a property. This is an easy one to make into a property. Yeah, there's a nicer way to do that. You just do get set. I always forget the syntax on properties. All right, give me another option here. No, not navigate to. There, this thing. No. All right. What's this friggin' syntax? I should close that. C# property. Yeah, no. Just show me. Just show me. W3 schools. Yeah, sure. Public string name. There's like a really concise way of doing it. I don't think this is it. This one. Yeah, just like that. All right. What is the issue? It will be. It will be. All right, maybe isEnable equals false. Okay, but it's public and it's going to be set elsewhere. No, okay. All right, so then let's go to the face controller. Let's make this protected. No, new. Let's see. Control. Yeah, gotta remember to put this in. Set lids open amount, float amount. Yeah, I don't think that's that important to do it that way. Let's just do oh, is it only in Face Player? Okay. Well, I guess I can move it up to here. Yeah, I think I'll go along with my own recommendation. Mateo, I'm making characters blink, their faces blink. This to face controller. Okay, then what was the other one I wanted to use? It would have been protected, float, lids with blinks amount. Maybe set this to a nicer default, because all the way open is very intense. Okay, so let me say public void set lids open amount. A viseme is the physical representation or the visual representation of speech being uttered. So a phoneme is like if you have text like if I say I will be right back, then there's a phoneme for I, the sound that it makes, which is like this, AY, or that's a symbol for it. And then the W, there's a phoneme for that, and the I, there's a phoneme for that, and then so on. In Spanish, by the way, is the spelling in Spanish is already phonetic. Like, it's very rare when there's a difference in pronunciation of a word in Spanish. You can usually tell exactly how it's pronounced with spelling. So once you have the phoneme, which is the exact way that a sound will be said, or the letters in the word, then from there you can get the visome, and that's like the mouth animated frame. So for I, there's like your mouth is open a little bit. I, actually it's open a lot for I. For L, your mouth is like your mouth is a little bit open. L, yeah. So the viseme is all those things that are displayed in accordance with certain sounds that are made. Wow. What's going on with you? Okay. So that. And let's make this more concise. What else was there? Inside of explicit update, I want to set from the blink controller the amount the lids will be open. So this will be passing in. Oh, well, that's interesting. I'm curious. You're using Unity, but it's not a game. So I have to know what is the thing you're making. Oh, nice. Is it your own product that you're working on, or is it like a project for somebody else? Okay, so we go to Face Player. And set enable blinking. All right, that sounds fun. That sounds fun, actually. If I didn't already have a project, I might just make a 3D model of my own house, just so my wife and I could look at it and like say, hey, let's put some furniture here or something like that. Could be fun. All right, I feel like I probably forgot something, but I don't know what. And we start Just build it, see what breaks to start. Stop and build. What did I forget? Link controller. Yeah, okay, that's one thing I forgot. Oh, this also needs to be referenced. I tell you, Writer has good hints at things that are wrong. Okay, so in the constructor, where's my constructor? Drop a link, man. Just drop a link. I'll get to it in a little bit. Don't worry about distracting me. I'm not too bad at jumping around to different things. Let's see. Okay, I need to add a constructor for the first time, maybe. Is there a start in here? Let's use a constructor. Or, this is fine. That'll do it. What? So then, let's see, face controller, face player needs to use lids with links amount. All right, that probably compiles. Okay, let's see, there's a bunch of new code inside of link controller. Cool. All right, I'm gonna check it out right now. That's slick, man. It looks real good. I mean, it looks really good. It looks like a real place. I mean, I can tell it's a 3D rendering, but the models inside of it are at the right scale. A lot of nice things like the door handles look like modern door handles instead of, maybe like what you see in games. It doesn't look like a game, and it shouldn't look like a game. It should look like a real place. So I think you accomplished that, you and your friends. Yeah, looks real good. When it went outdoors too, that was pretty nice. All right, I might be ready to test this. Let me see. Let me say it a different way. Suppose I didn't know it was you, and I was just like, you know, in a lobby of an apartment rental place or an architecture place, and I saw that video there. I go, yeah, that looks good. Yeah. Did your crew do the assets, or do you pull from like a asset store? Like you know, like all the doorknobs and microwaves and stuff. There's a lot of good assets out there. I'm not sure if you like made your own or borrowed from like the store. Let's see if this will blink. Should be, let's not do maximize yet. That's cool. Looks like something failed. So what was that? All right. What? It's the same thing. I said it. I set it up above. Right here. I said it's going to be instance right here. What is the deal with that? What are you complaining about here? Oh, right. Okay, I'll do that much. Okay, but what's the deal here? Okay, read only. Fine. What's the deal with that one? Okay. Blink controller should be set. I don't get it. Guess let's set a breakpoint. Debug. I need to restart this. Oh, there was an exception here? Is that what happened? What? Random is set, right? Yeah. Alright, there's some exception there. Link controller. No, okay. Okay. Just go. But go. And you're gonna fail. But let's not have you keep doing this. All right. The error at the very top. What is that one? Okay, got it. Let's just make this be in it. I think this is redundant. What else would I use? You're going to suggest I do something else. I use it to get random numbers. There's some other approach you're going to tell me about, right? Hey, Zaisha. Should I use unity random or something else? What's the advantage of one or the other? Yeah, I don't see any difference personally. What I tend to do, if there's something that Unity has to offer that I could do with C# or just kind of basic runtime stuff, unless there's a good reason to use the Unity version, I'll break that tie by using the runtime version. That sounds fair. That sounds fair. I don't think it bothered me too much either way. Let's see. Okay, so something's failing here. What's failing there? Oh, it's failing because I was doing time, and I can fix that. Pretty simple. Face controller. Let's find the start. Oh, there is no start on face controller yet. Guess we make one. Okay, so let me say beat controller. Dang it. Blink controller. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Blink controller in it. All right, there's that. Okay, that should be all right. Just build it. See if this does it. There's a blink. Yeah, we got blinking. Something seems off about it though. Feels kind of like her eyelids are sticky or something. Let me get a better look at this. I'll set the duration to be really long, and that'll make it so it's easier for me to see what's going on. Okay. Well, now you're selling me because I did have to do integer to float conversion. So I might change it. Okay, so that was fine. And then there's that extra little. So it seems like the range of motion there is not right. Now that I think about it, it must have to do with that. Yeah, that's my math is bad. Okay, yeah, that's the thing. And then don't. Got it. Okay. I think it has to do with this guy here. If we do lids open amount minus lids open amount times math f sin. All right, what's this Unity random? Unity engine random? All right, so if we do it that way, well, for my purposes, I don't think performance will matter. Not here, but I'm always a fan of just simpler code. So let's see, random. There's one for float. Next. Well, that one's just int. Oh. No. Alright, if I do 0f to 5f, does that work? No. Okay. Random range. Okay. Dang it. Yeah, that's actually better for me as far as having more concise code. Okay. Take out that. Well, that's an interesting wrinkle. It'll be fine for me, but kind of odd for them to change it. Okay, what's the thing? What? Oh. Wait, really? It's static right here, though. I don't get it. I'm missing something. Oh, maybe it has to be like that. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so that's another good thing. No need to create an instance. Okay. Cool. I like that. It's more concise. Easier to understand if I come back to it later. Okay. Let me see if I fix that one problem with the range of motion on the blank. I did. Nope. I did not. the smoothness of it makes me think. Like I've got the wrong portion of the sine curve, maybe. All right. It's time for a little high school geometry. Yeah, it's going to be something like that, I think. So just images, sine wave. I probably got the wrong range. Okay. So I just want this portion to this portion. Okay. So maybe my range should just be from 0 to pi instead of 2 pi. That makes sense. That's what happened. Okay. Because I did a copy and paste from some other code. Not really. But by the time I speed up the lid animation to what it will actually be, the ease in, ease out just won't even be noticeable. It's really more, it's just a compact way to say if you have a number between 0 and 1 that you're going to have the curve go from off to on to off. But if I do have to do a slow blink, that doesn't look like a bad slow blink if I want to use that later. So I think that's basically right. I'm going to set the duration back to something more like a normal human blink. Though I might play with randomizing the duration of the blink a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. I think that's pretty good. I don't know. What do you think? Does it look pretty natural? I mean, the unnatural part is that she's staring straight ahead and she's got her mouth open like a blow-up doll. But as far as the blinking goes, I think that looks about right. I could tweak it a little bit more, but I don't know if I get better results on that. Maybe she's blinking a little too often, just a little bit. Let me just set this up just a little bit higher. And yeah, and I think that'll do it. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't feel like biting off more for this session. I think it was a good point to stop. I like to stop right after I got something done. So I think I'm going to hang it up right here. Hey, Zaisha, I haven't talked to you much, though. I'm curious, what kind of projects are you working on? Anything you're doing that's interesting? Or if you said no, I'd feel bad, like I'm just harassing you to do more with your life or something. But just curious. Obviously you've got a lot of experience with Unity, so. Let's see. You might have dropped off. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Prototyping, game jamming, that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. Roslyn. Oh, it's a compiler. Okay. I knew nothing about it. Wow. That is how I will size my text in my Windows 10 years from now. Oh, yeah. What's this? Roslyn. Scripting. That's pretty cool. I thought for a little bit that for like events happening within the level, I wanted to do like a scripting language. I thought about it a little bit further, and there's no benefit to me for that. So I just wrote all my level controlling stuff in the main engine, which works for me. Like a different game with different goals would do something else. Yeah, there's this game I made a long while back. Has like the most ridiculous built-in scripting stuff. Let's see, Drod scripting engine. Yeah, this other guy in the project did most of it. It was just, I keep trying to use this dark mode, but a lot of things break with it. And no screenshots of it. Oh well. But it's the most complicated in-game scripting solution I've seen that didn't have like a programming language for it. It has like the editor inside of the game for putting all the scripting in, but you don't actually type text like in a programming language. It's visual, but it's so freaking complicated. It can do a lot. Yeah, I'm just kind of amazed how far that group of programmers took it after I left. Let's see if do I have Drod installed on this? No. Never mind. It's not worth going off on a tangent for. But yeah, I just decided with mine I wanted to do built into the engine, so I've got a bit of a framework to it. There's like you enter into certain areas of the level and it has events that fire based on that, and there's some state management in it, but Yeah. Seems to do the job for me. But anyways, nice chatting with you. I'm going to take off here. Like I said, I like to finish the session right after I complete a task. It helps me sleep at night. It literally helps me sleep at night. All right. Nice chatting with you. I'll catch you later. Mateo, if you're still on. Thanks for hanging out. Stopping the stream.